So today I want to talk about the morning routine that I do every single day in order to start my day right, and most importantly, to put me in a good mood. And before I get into it, I just want to mention, for me at first, and this may be you right now, is I didn't really see the value in a morning routine. I think for the most part, I didn't see the value because I could never really stick to one. And even once I started this one a couple weeks ago after moving up here, I didn't really feel how beneficial it was until I had specific mornings where I just woke up and immediately started scrolling on my phone or got a negative text or some kind of negative um, input that I had like picked up on in the morning that would have set me up for a shitty day if I didn't do the morning routine. And I remember specifically one morning a couple weeks ago, I woke up and I just started scrolling on YouTube through shorts, and I wasted about an hour of time scrolling through YouTube and feeling like I fucked up my day and fucked up my momentum. But I decided to just keep going through the morning routine that I had already started. And by the time I finished the morning routine, I felt like really fucking accomplished and like I was ready for the day, as if it completely erased the first hour of the day where I scrolled. And so that's what really opened my eyes to realizing that you're in full control of how good your day goes. Obviously, not just by your perception of it, like, oh, making the best out of the worst situations or whatever, but I feel like you're in control of how good your day goes because if you check off the boxes of the things that you know will put you in a good mood and set you right for the day, if you do that regardless of how the day starts, then you'll already be tipping the odds in your favor because you're already doing what you can to start the day right. Even if there were other circumstances or influences that try to throw off the day, you're still doing something to make it better. So now I'm going to get into my morning routine, and I want to preface that the morning routine that I currently use is one that I picked up from a YouTuber called Jack Hopkins. I did make a little bit, couple of tweaks to it myself based on what I'm, more trying to prioritize. But for the most part, it's his morning routine, and after watching his video talking about it, I started doing it, and I've been doing it for the past few weeks, and it's been life changing. So I'll just kind of jump into it. The first thing that I do in the morning, right when I wake up, is I drink water. And the main reason I do this is because I'm sleeping at 9,000 feet elevation. And so I dry out over the night. In fact, I wake up once or twice a night, every single night, with my mouth super dry, just because of how high the altitude is here. And I do have a humidifier. So, for the most part, my skin's doing okay. But at the same time, it still gets very dry. So I prioritize drinking a whole bottle of water as soon as I wake up. And whether or not you're in altitude, I think this is beneficial because if you are in general sleeping through the night 8 hours, that's 8 hours that you didn't drink water, and most likely you're somewhat dehydrated. So highly recommend is having a water bottle on your nightstand, and the moment that you wake up, go ahead and drink it, because that's already going to get you feeling a lot better and feeling a lot more refreshed. um, Generally, what I would recommend if you're in a better position than me, right after you drink the water, go outside and get some sunlight, 5-10 minutes. You don't need much. Just get some sun in your eyes for at least 5 minutes, and that will set you right for the day. The reason I can't really do that is because I wake up pretty early up here, and since I'm surrounded by mountains, the sun takes some time to get over the mountain. So while it will be daytime outside, when I walk outside, there's no direct sunlight until about 9 or 10 a.m. The mountains here are very high, and so it just makes it hard to get direct sunlight the moment I wake up. I do get a lot of sunlight during the day. As you can tell, I'm pretty sunburnt, so I'm definitely not lacking on sunlight. It's just setting my circadian rhythm right, and waking myself up to sunlight is not as much of an option for me because I do wake up early. So I do recommend throwing that in as the next thing. But for me, after drinking the water, the first thing I go into is I open my timer app on my phone, clock, and I set a 10-minute timer, and I pick up a book and I just start reading. And the book that I read every single morning for 10 minutes, I do this every single morning, is Meditations. This is the foreword by Ryan Holiday, but this is by Marcus Aurelius. The reason I like this book so much for my 10-minute morning reading session is that it's not a book that follows a story. It's a book with each page talking about different things, and honestly each line talking about different things. And so what's cool about this is it doesn't take much effort, and it's not like I'm jumping into a full story. It's like I can wake up in the morning, open the book, and just read some inspirational quotes and thought-provoking sentences, rather than if you wake up and you're reading some kind of fictional story, or even just like, a regular story following format book. You could spend those 10 minutes reading fluff and stuff that doesn't really, make you think or open your mind for the day. Whereas every single page in this book contains lines, and I'm not gonna say every single line is mind blowing, but you're getting to read someone's insightful thoughts that are, for the most part, thought provoking, every single morning. And 10 minutes of that gets my mind going. It gets me thinking, and kind of helps clear up the fog that usually I would have when I first wake up. So once the timer ends and I finish my 10 minutes of reading the book, the first thing I do, and I would say realistically, I know there's a lot of important things in a morning routine, but realistically, I would say this is the most important part of my morning routine. And I want to clarify that I don't do this for building muscle or strength or for exercise. I do it for a different reason, which I'll explain. But after drinking my water, after reading 10 minutes of this book, the next thing that I do is I do 60 push-ups and 60 sit-ups. Now, again, I don't do this for strength. I don't do it for endurance. I don't do it for exercise. The reason I do that is because it gets your heart pumping, it gets you breathing hard, and it wakes you up. And a lot of times I'll get up in the morning and I just don't want to do shit. I want to stay under the covers. I don't want to get up and start my day. And, reading a book in bed for 10 minutes, whatever, that's very low effort for me. So I'm able to, take that step after drinking my water to go into reading. But for me to really get started with my day, I need to have some sort of movement or something that's pumping my heart, because that's what really wakes me up. And after finishing my 60 sit-ups and 60 push-ups, I'm breathing hard, my heart's pumping, I'm fully wide awake, I don't even need coffee, and I'm ready to start my day. That alone, I feel like gets your brain going too, will really help you get started with the day, and kind of build up your motivation, right? After you finish 60 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, you're feeling pretty motivated. So I definitely prioritize that. I don't think you should do too many sit-ups and push-ups in the morning. 100's cool if you can do it. The reason I don't increase it, and I was increasing it when I first started doing the sit-ups and push-ups, I'd add 5 sit-ups and push-ups every 2 days. But the reason I stopped increasing it is because, again, it's not for exercise, it's not for strength, and I don't want to waste too much time doing it. The whole point of it is just to wake me up, to get me moving. I've been sedentary for over 8 hours from sleep, so I need to get something to get me going and get me motivated to get my day started. So highly recommend it. After you read, get into some sort of exercise. If you have a pull-up bar, you can do 20 pull-ups or whatever it is you can do. Obviously, I would recommend making it a bit of a challenge, not something that's going to lightly make your heart pump, but something that will get you breathing hard. So whether that's again, doing 30 sit-ups and push-ups, 50 sit-ups and push-ups, 60, if you can do 100, boom. Once I finish my sit-ups and push-ups, I let my breath calm down. I let myself kind of catch my breath and relax again. And then I get back in bed, I sit up straight, and I do a 10-minute meditation. And it's really up to you and your goals if you want to incorporate meditation in your morning routine. Personally, I know how powerful it is in my life to be more aware of my thoughts, because it allows me to better control my actions for the day and not fall into patterns that I'm trying to break. So I highly recommend for you, if you're the type of person who tends to go on autopilot and do things that you later end up regretting, and those are things that you want to fix, incorporating 20, I can say 10 minutes of meditation a day is enough, but it's not. I do 10 in the morning, 10 at night. 20 minutes of meditation a day where you really put in the effort to meditate will help you to build that skill of self-awareness when it comes to your thoughts and your actions in general throughout the day. So definitely recommend throwing that in there if you can. So once I finish my 10-minute meditation, I'm feeling refreshed mentally, I'm feeling refreshed physically from my sit-ups and push-ups. The next thing that I do, and this is something that I've started incorporating from Jack Hopkins, because I've realized that I suck at doing this, is I do a 10-minute yoga every single morning. The reason I do it is for stretching. I suck at stretching. I never stretch, and I've been injured plenty of times in the gym. So one way that's really helpful for me to get into the habit of stretching every morning is looking up 10-minute morning yoga on YouTube and just following what they do. It takes out the part of being unmotivated to do that out of the equation, because all you have to do is look up a video and follow what they do for 10 minutes. And it gets me stretched out for the day, gets me ready to get the day started. Once I finish my 10-minute yoga, all I do is I choose 5 things to be grateful for in my mind. Just sit down, think of 5 new things every single day that you can be grateful for. Don't just read a list, but really think about 5 new things every day to be grateful for. If you want to include this, I've been pretty bad about doing it, but I know how useful it is. Go through some affirmations as well, 5 affirmations for the day. Just as I'm making this video, tomorrow morning I'm going to do my affirmations, and I'll confirm that with you in the video and let you know that I did them. I just want to go back through all of it again because I know I kind of went through all of it and it may have been hard to remember. I start my morning right away by drinking water. Once I drink water, I open my phone, set a 10-minute timer, and start reading from the book that I have, and it sits on my pillow. That way I don't got to get out of bed. Boom, set the timer, grab the book, read for 10 minutes. Once I finish reading, I get on the ground, do 60 push-ups, 60 sit-ups. Once I'm done with my push-ups and sit-ups, get back on the bed, 10-minute meditation. Once I'm done with my meditation, back on the ground, 10-minute yoga, and I do that from a YouTube video, so I just follow what it does. Once I'm done with the yoga, get back on the bed, sit down, 5 things I'm grateful for, and potentially 5 affirmations as well. You add that afterwards, and I would say you're ready to hit the day, man. After that, go take a shower, go hit a workout. Hopefully that helped you. I'll definitely make a more detailed video in the future going over these things and showing you specifically what I do. It's just that it's getting late tonight and I wanted to make a video talking about something that's really helped me. So I decided I'd just pick up my phone and talk about this, but definitely in the future, put more effort to remake this video and make it a lot more beneficial and helpful to you guys. So hopefully it helped. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.